it's a pleasure to welcome you. You work at a great company, great product. We have talked about IBM Watson, and we've been looking at it for the last 3-4 years and its application. But AI is taking a new shape, as a new buzz. So I want to learn from you how you're applying AI into your technology.
Yeah, certainly. I'll answer that in two parts. First is give you a brief on sort of IBM's point of view on AI. And the word that we use to describe AI at IBM is actually cognitive. And there's a framework and a philosophy behind it. We consider systems to be cognitive if they can understand, reason, and learn, but then finally interact with human beings to get jobs done. And in that understand sphere, understand natural language is one key element. Understand voice, video, different forms of structured and unstructured data. Reason, draw hypotheses from the understanding, and present it to end users again in as natural a manner as possible, and then learn from that interaction. So that's generally in a big brush what we do with cognitive at IBM.
Obviously, the next question is, what problems are we solving with AI?
So IBM solves a huge number of problems with AI. All the way from we've taken on how to help people with cancer. Under healthcare. That's a huge initiative. But I'll zoom into the areas that I actually solve with some of these Watson technologies. So my focus is on the intersection of Watson and collaboration technologies. And the mission behind my product set is to understand business conversation. So when people are working in a business context and they're having a conversation, they're having a chat, they're talking in a channel somewhere, to glean what they're saying, and to provide insights so that they can get their job done in a much easier manner.
On a lighter side, there are two competing products, and you can tell me if it's competing or not, Watson and Alexa.
I would put the two in completely different categories. We've got Watson designed as a platform to bring cognitive to enterprises, right. Structured on solving big problems. I think Alexa is certainly set up as a digital sort of assistant, more for end users to ask questions of. So I wouldn't put them in the same category at all. Maybe one small area of intersection is just the understanding of language. That's where I'd say they intersect a little bit.
So you are the STEM conference and women empowerment. How do you see the work culture, not just at IBM, but across, because you worked at Oracle as well and interact with other big organizations? What, in your opinion, should be done to encourage more women participation in STEM, and obviously the evolution of them to senior positions at companies and then to becoming good entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so first thing, at IBM, we take this very seriously. This is my second tour of duty at IBM, and of all the places I've worked at, I've been really impressed with the amount of attention we pay, not just to women in STEM, but just to diversity in general. So I think that's a badge that you get to wear as an IBMer. I myself have two girls, so I'm really interested in just evolving them in the STEM space. I think the biggest thing that we can do as a society is to eliminate the bias that exists when people meet a young girl that's interested in something a bit geeky. I certainly try to do that myself as a parent. I think if we can do that at a broader level in society, we'll find many more women entering the space and having great careers.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate your presence and sharing the thoughts with us.
Hey, great to be here. Thank you so much.